Hey guys, and welcome back to the last part of Star Fox Adventures.
Get ready to say goodbye.
Oh, I'm ready. I've been ready.
Alright. So, last time we not only got the last spellstone, but when we tried to put the planet back together, Fox was ready to collect his paycheck, but unfortunately the planet currently is not back together. Turns out we need the last two Krazoa spirits. We have to return back to the walled city, but before we do, we actually need to buy an item that's actually crucial to the game.
You pay this much.
You're alive.
Okay, I'll sell it to you.
It's worth more than 20 bugs.
Keep telling yourself that.
This is the high-def display device. This is a pair of binoculars that Slippy got for you, but of course, because the shopkeeper is the shopkeeper, he somehow got a hold of it and now you have to rebuy it. This actually is a crucial item that will help you beat the game, because the function it has is, well, it's basically a pair of binoculars. And we can zoom in very closely on people's face. And we're absolutely gonna need it for the next area because it's for a puzzle in quotes. But it's the only 2 times that you really absolutely need the high-def display device, because if you don't have it, you can't proceed.
To the King Earthwalker. He should be able to tell you where to start looking. Peppy out.
Man, I haven't emphasized how much I hate Peppy's voice, so I just wanted to say it one more time that I think he is the fucking worst voice in this game.
What's your problem?
Funnily enough, it turns out Chris Seaver does his voice too.
We found his limit.
For what good, dude? If you didn't notice,
Good
still
access.
stuck in this floating rock.
Hey, idiot, you're still trapped up here, you know.
Planet to tear apart. Returning the stones has stopped the flow of magic energy, but only by the power of the Krazoa spirits will the floating lands return.
Seems like we both have our reasons for finding the last of the spirits.
Rare didn't really have any impressive voice actors, did they?
So where is it?
I don't think they really had anybody super notable. And I think Chris Seaver did a good job in Conker's Bad Fur Day, at least. I mean, yeah, sure, sometimes when he talked as Conker, he sounded like he was slurring half the time, but it was still charming, at least.
Conker was a drunk, it made sense.
Yeah.
I like Mumbo Jumbo's voice.
I believe that's Grant Kirkhope with a voice effect on it.
Yeah.
The point is, those are 2 games that don't require dignity.
Jesus Christ.
Feels like this game could have used some.
Maybe when it was Dinosaur Planet, because I do think at least Crystal's voice actress is trying.
She's trying. I think she does better in Assault.
She's also the voice of the Queen CLOUDRUNNER, by the way.
She's also a different voice actor in Assault.
Oh, well.
I forget if it's the Queen CLOUDRUNNER or the Queen Earthwalker. She's one of those 2.
I think it's the Earthwalker? It's one of the queens, yeah.
That was a very simple box puzzle. It's more or less just lining it up and hitting the icons for it.
Do the boxes stop when they hit the emblems?
Yes, they stop directly in place.
Okay, so you don't need to line it up so that it hits another block, and then you push that block to another side.
Yeah, like, I think maybe one part of the puzzle actually does that, but you don't need to do it 100% exact.
I was really hoping you look through the binoculars, then you blind yourself.
I mean, that's what I think it does. I'm not actually sure what the high-def display, like, what looking really closely actually does, but Dinosaur Planet goes, he looked inside! Open the temple, I guess!
He's seen us. Give up!
Quick! Destroy his corneas!
Oh, he said destroy his accordions.
He probably likes polka music.
That thing's not as sexy as you think it is.
Again, with our red-blue motif, we're gonna start with the sun here. In order for us to have access to the Krazoa Shrine, we're gonna need to find 2 other parts that are gonna go to this, where the 2 statues are, where we put the gold and silver tooth in. So now we have to solve a couple of more puzzles to get 2 other items that we need in order to progress. Thankfully, this box puzzle here is relatively easy. All you have to do is take the 2 red crates, and put them in the red spots and make sure that you move it in a way that you can push the blue crate back to where it belongs.
I always appreciated Tomb Raider-esque pushing mechanics in regards to box, where you can move a box in any direction no matter what side you're pushing on. Like, you can just grab invisible handles on the box and pull it wherever you are. I appreciate that because it makes things a lot simpler than if you had to get on the right side every time.
I'm just looking forward to when they finally do realistic box physics, where when you push them against these really tiny raised edges that are supposed to block it, you can keep pushing and it'll just flip over.
Right. I'm sure Rockstar will get to that someday and piss everybody off.
So, now that we hit that switch, we are timed, and we have to go and hit all of these other switches, so that way it can lift up the gate on the other side. Thankfully, this not really maze is very simple, and you honestly have more than enough time to make up for it, even if you somehow get lost.
This part looks... I don't know what it is. I think this part looks fun.
Well, it's short and merciful, so there's that. I was gonna say merciless, but that's not true.
It's short and I hate it!
And Fox stopped caring a while ago, so he just goes right into the flames.
His fur is fine, but his nerves are gone.
I haven't felt anything in about 2 weeks, so...
That did actually look fun. I think what this game was missing with its puzzles was brevity. Speaking of which...
Brevity and less you hit the switch to get the thing, which is 90% of the puzzles in this game.
So what's the deal here? I'm not following entirely.
So, the wheel is currently spinning counterclockwise, and what we have to do is we have to hit the switches. We have to start from sunrise to the sun being out to the moon, or sunset.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little annoying, mainly because of the whole reticle. But after we do that, we get the sunstone.
This whole dungeon reminds me of a classic Tomb Raider dungeon. There's something about the color palette and the traps and puzzles.
I see that, yeah.
I did mention this before, but I actually do like the walled city, or at least parts of it. I do kind of like the day and night theme and the red and blue thing. And I like that it's just pretty straightforward. Just do a puzzle here, here, and there, and it kind of actually makes sense to the theme of what we're doing here.
And it does have kind of a cool Mesoamerican art style to it.
I would say that this is probably one of the areas they put a lot of their, this isn't gonna work. I meant to actually put the staff away and start pushing this. Like, I feel like this is one of the areas in Dinosaur Planet that had a lot of plans for it, and they knew from the get-go that this was gonna be in there. I'm actually pretty proud of myself here too, because it took me a few attempts to get the sun block puzzle correctly, but what you're watching here is my first attempt at all doing this moon block puzzle, and I totally nail it.
You gotta get one.
At least one. I'll say this is the only thing I'm proud of about my entire playthrough of Star Fox Adventures.
I think you should be proud that you completed it.
I've done worse runs than this, man.
Funnily enough, the day and night cycle has no impact on whether or not you can look through the thing, but if you noticed when I went to the moon one, I looked at it when it was daytime, and when I looked through the sun one, I looked through it when it was nighttime.
Just to piss everybody off.
You know, just in case I get that one comment that's like, hey, it's funny that you did it backwards, and I agree with you, commenter. That was pretty goofy, wasn't it?
Come on, everyone, put that comment.
Yeah, everyone.
We need more comments on our videos. That helps with the algorithm. That's a secret. We need to tell people what they should be commenting and have them comment it.
Yeah, and I just like to interact with the fan base.
You're gonna respond to all those comments with, well done.
Yeah, I will. Test me, guys.
Die. Oh.
So here we have a little maze. We're currently being blocked off of what I'm assuming is dino magic and
Dino dandruff.
dino dandruff, and we have to go and navigate through it. Once again, I mentioned this before, but I didn't actually practice this game when I was recording the footage for it. So, unfortunately, it took me a while, but because I'm a Star Fox Adventures master, I nailed it!
Damn, you juked us. You mentally juked us.
Alright, so there's two things that I'm proud of the Star Fox playthrough.
You know what? I think I like this dungeon.
Yeah, I actually think it's pretty solid. I actually genuinely like the walled city area.
That was a Banjo-Kazooie tone.
We got the wah-wah noise, but now we have to do the same puzzle, but...
The wah-wah noise. Listen to the wah-wah noise.
Have you ever heard of Neil Cicerega's Wow Wow mashup mix?
The wow wow noise.
Because I've been listening to that a lot lately. Head on over to the wah wah noise.
Wah wah noise. Wah wah wah. As someone who was very bad at the Strong Bad games, I can memorize that entire Get Up Noise theme song.
I still think about that sometimes, actually. That and a sweaty overweight Jim.
I fucking love Homestar Runner. I mean, I don't know if I have the confidence to ever LP the Strong Bad games, but just keep in mind, guys, I wanted to. Yeah.
And now that we put the sun and the moonstone back where they belong, we finally unlock the 5th Krazoa Shrine. We have to climb all the way back up to the temple, and we get taken away. So we had the test of fear, the test of strength, test of, you know, all those others. What do you think the next test is going to be?
The test of calluses.
The test of your bowels.
Honestly, those aren't bad guesses.
The math test.
You're kinda close, Jacob.
Oh, great.
The biology test. Come on, Crystal.
Ho ho ho!
Crystal then erases herself from canon after hearing that.
Using an eraser.
She's like, actually, never mind. Just...
That's how Zero happened. You sure you want to LP that one?
Star Fox Zero? Well, I haven't played Star Fox Zero, but because it looks like Star Fox Adventures and, I mean, it looks like Star Fox 64 and doesn't look like Star Fox Adventures, I'm willing.
Oh, if you say so.
You boys are warning me about it, but I would have to play it before I can determine.
I will say, it's like it has a similar problem to Star Fox Adventures in that it looks like Star Fox superficially.
Doesn't feel like it. I'm gonna beat that game one day, I swear. But I don't know when, because I don't want to.
I'll leave the status as to be determined soon.
Ow, ow, continued ow.
You're actively running in the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the health for it.
You're beyond giving a shit.
Alright, one last time, guys.
So is Fox. He's like, alright, get this over with.
Alright, well, that was stupid.
Oh wait, we have to pass the test first.
The test of knowledge, it is a math test.
No, no!
Yep, you were right. Well, more of a memory test.
There are 4 sparkles. Oh.
I hope you remembered all the scenery and locale and awesome characters in this game, because you have to take the items and place them back to those associated areas.
Oh, fuck you. just fuck you.
I mean, that's a decent puzzle, but it's in this game where you're probably not paying attention.
I mean, I knew where like 2 of them was. One of them kind of trips me up because the little hint, I don't remember it. But I feel like that's more of a me thing.
Okay, the horn. That's an item you used.
You've used that in 2 different locales.
Well, it's not here. but it was in a snow-like area. Yeah, this looks like snow.
I take back what I said about this dungeon.
Oh, no, this is a Krazoa shrine. This is different from the walled city stuff we were doing.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
The walled city is fine.
Yeah.
We've left it behind, as you can tell.
Thumbs up to walled city.
Walls up to Thumb City. Wait.
Go, 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 go. Yeah.
3 close calls in one video, you say?
Wait, can we get silence for just one last possession and dance?
Yeah!
All right.
It feels fresh again.
I don't think you guys actually do it.
I'm glad we had a moment of silence, like the kind of thing you would do when somebody dies, so that was cool. But actually, good news, boys.
Yeah, time to say goodbye.
I know you're right, Fox. It's just, yeah, I know. I'm gonna miss you too.
He said with a hand in his face.
Without
Yeah, I'm
your
gonna
help,
miss you
this
too.
mission would have failed. So I've got something for you.
Shoots him.
Aw.
Prince Tricky, Earthwalker,
Prince Tricky,
you are
now an honorary Star Fox team target. Anytime we need you to take the shots, you're the man in charge.
Do I get my own spaceship?
Jesus Christ.
You little dumbass!
I can't believe you're my son!
Stop following me. I said bye.
Where are you going?
He's gonna be a spaceman! So yeah, this is actually where we do in fact part ways with Prince Tricky.
Phantom Spaceman!
Let's reminisce on all the good times we had with Tricky. That was great. So,
That was brief. Well, we had one great time with Tricky. Who are you, you mutant? And that was it.
that's right.
Why, you?
What are you?
What are you?
Bye, trickster.
I brought it up the last time we were in the walled city. But remember how I said, like, isn't it weird that they can't just, like, land the R-Wing wherever they want?
Do we land at the top? Do we just go straight to the top?
General Pepper has the ability to adjust our flight path somehow, and he's like, yeah, you'll just land on top of the palace.
Pepper, I'm gonna assassinate you.
So we totally could have just landed the R-Wing anywhere, is what I learned from that.
I've adjusted your flight path. I realized it's kind of boring watching you waste your time.
Also, the console command was also covered in dust, so I didn't realize until right now.
I'd just been sitting here snorting it. It wasn't doing anything for me, but eventually the console was clean.
Sir, I know you say that I'm not supposed to ask, but what do you do?
You're not supposed to ask, because I might answer you.
Whoa. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay.
So, like last time, we have to go down the other wind current, and now we have to go and deposit our 5th Krazoa spirit.
Jellyfish like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Isn't this like the 4th or 5th time he's here?
What a douchebag.
So once again, I like the one sharp claw that's patrolling the area.
He's the one you haven't killed yet.
I don't kill him because I just don't want to waste my time with him. But on that same floor with the sharp claw disguised door from earlier, I was gonna go fight him, but then I said, wait, I don't have to.
Wait, I want to be nauseated.
Even the sharp claw music kicked in. Which actually ended up delaying the Krazoa music slightly.
I still saw him in the background.
Oh, he's praying. Never mind, I can't do anything.
Alright, Crystal, you 3/4 naked new OC-ass character. Come out!
Not yet, Jacob.
Oh.
For you see, we have one more Krazoa spirit to get, and it was here the whole time.
Within us?
No, I mean at Krazoa Palace.
Oh. Great!
I mean, yes, they have been within us, but not in that sense.
We've had all of them in us, but that us depositing the 5th one unlocked the place to the 6th one.
In my other?
Just because it's in the bank doesn't mean you can use it.
Watch me.
Your bank might close your savings if you do that. At least too often.
Fuck Regulation D. I work with savings accounts. I know what that means.
I was thinking referring to, like, stomach medicine.
That's Preparation D.
Now, we are currently in the last Krazoa shrine. You know who we haven't really seen much of in a bit?
Me!
That's right, Slippy, the final boss. He got so tired of being cut off.
He got mad that his fucking action figure was on clearance at Target.
Actually, it's general skills.
Oh.
But the war is not over yet. Now you must face me.
Okay, so General Scales. General Scales is the final fight in the game. You know how he's been kind of like touted about and he's the main antagonist and we're getting ready to size him up? He's kind of a hard fight because you kind of have to figure out a strategy. You can't just like go all in. Sure, the Sharp Claw music is playing.
And the Sharp Claw played.
Yeah, and it seems like he's not actually doing anything at all, but as soon as I pull out my staff...
Scales! You are no longer any use to me!
What?
Who are you? I demand you show yourself!
I am the one you brought to Krazoa Palace. The Earthwalkers could see me, but you could not.
I don't understand.
No, I didn't.
Neither does the player.
Yeah.
Your desire for power overwhelmed you and blinded you to the truth inside. Now
God!
give Fox what he's looking for. Give him the final Krazoa spirit.
Yeah!
You will regret this.
Radical. Rad. And that was the boss fight. That was General Scales.
I hate this game.
All this time. But
That was the main antagonist of the game.
recognize it from somewhere.
Oh!
Is he a presenter on BBC?
So let me just say, so they didn't program a fight in General Scales. He was supposed to be a fight. There are even pre-recorded lines still left in the game's data that has voice lines of Falco actually landing, and you both Fox and Falco would have actually fought General Scales together.
Aw.
But that got cut out, and instead, General Scales ends up just kind of being a character in this game, like I said in the first video.
And not even really that.
No, he's just there.
What a crock of shit.
But some strange, mysterious voice seemed to have just not only mentioned that apparently the Earthwalkers can see him, but he was just like, give him the spirit, General Scales! Damn it, you're right! And then he just kind of did it.
Like, that's not even funny bad. That's just, like, bad storytelling, and it kind of makes me upset.
Well, I hope you keep the bad storytelling thing in mind for the next few minutes.
Oh, Joker.
Well, now that we have all 6 of the Krazoa spirits, why isn't Crystal being freed from her crystal?
No!
Because she's cold and she's getting those weird back chills.
Can you imagine if he tripped and he had to, like, roll down the ramp? No!
She's awake. Oh!
The Krazoa were villains the whole time?
Wake up!
Shut up, 5 more minutes. Oh, Jesus! Wow, that was lucky. Holy shit!
Good thing my limbs aren't atrophied.
By the way, that was a cute little flute version of the saxophone music.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh God, I need to listen to it again.
So it seems like the actual Krazoas themselves were evil.
Well, Crystal's still free, so I mean...
My knees don't work!
I like how Fox twirled the staff, put it away just so she could draw it out.
My staff! You're back.
I am the icon of sin.
Why didn't I bring my blaster?
You know, I'll be honest, I thought this would work better, but it's not.
Oh my God, we're getting in the ship to chase something that's deadly.
Fox McCloud leaves poor Crystal in the rain after freeing her and goes into chasing whatever that is.
And takes a few shots to his ship. This looks oddly familiar. Oh.
Oh, it's that guy! Suddenly.
Andross!
Yeah, so Andross was totally the villain the whole time.
This is worse than the end of Twilight Princess.
Let's actually skip ahead to the timeline where Fox dies.
Had to happen at some point. And now Star Fox, a Fox to the past can happen, and then just plain Star Fox.
Star Fox Breath of the Wolf, like that, all those great titles.
And what did he mean, you lose again? To my knowledge, he hasn't lost.
That is true, and I'm glad you pointed that out. I think he means, like, you lose as in, you lost your dad, because he hasn't actually lost to Andross once.
That's more nuanced than this game has, I think.
Yeah, but
so
losing a parent doesn't mean you lose a contest. Unless it's a really fucked up contest.
The contest of life. I'll say that this is actually a little more tougher than the Star Fox 64 Andross fight, but not for the right reasons. See, the Andross fight was difficult in the other game because you had you were in all-range mode, and you had to be very careful of how you used your bombs, and you had to be careful not to, like, get tangled up in the brain stems. Well, here, we have a couple of phases. The first thing we have to do is we have to shoot out the jewels when he's in the Krazoa mask form. And the next thing we have to do is we have to shoot out both of his hands. We don't have any bombs with us right now, and you also can't just shoot his eyes like you could in 64. So you can't really, like, use that so that way he can give you opportunity to shoot his other hands. So what you actually end up doing is you just have to keep shooting the crystals on his hand. But it's kind of hard to because the man keeps his hands down.
Oh my God.
And they look like really small targets anyway.
Not only are they small targets, but keep in mind, piloting an R-Wing in Star Fox 64 is nothing like piloting an R-Wing in Star Fox Adventures. The clunkiness of the R-Wing is basically going to be the challenge here, because you do have your boost and your brake. If you can see me desperately trying to barrel roll out of here, it's because the brake there isn't very reliable. At least for me, it's not.
It does look like you have way too big a window of him sucking you in, and that the brake doesn't last long enough for that.
Exactly. I feel like it's just more evidence of, oh, this clearly wasn't supposed to be a Star Fox game. This fight alone solidifies it for me.
Yeah.
Even narrative-wise. So, Andross says, the Earthwalkers were able to see me. And I have to wonder, well, what does he mean by that? Like, they see, like, the monkey form? Or just when he does that projection thing and he's the Krazoa guy? By the way, that was him when he was like, you have to save Crystal after we got out of Volcano Force Point Temple the first time.
Right.
That was actually him, so it makes me wonder, like, does he mean that they were seeing that and only the Earthwalkers could see it? But General Scales couldn't, but Fox also could see it? Or does he mean something else entirely?
It's half-baked.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. Like, there's gonna be more dialogue here that makes me go, what? But I'm just gonna chalk it up to this game was rushed and it's obviously not supposed to be Star Fox.
Something that bugs me, and I don't know if I have my British regional accents exactly right, but Andross's voice doesn't so much sound like a British regional accent as an African immigrant to Britain. So it sounds like they got a black guy to voice the evil ape, and that's super gross to me.
Well, can we confirm this?
He does have a different voice.
Right.
He does have a different voice actor from others.
Hey, McCloud. Different time, different...
By the way, if you thought this fight wasn't awesome...
It's good to see you, buddy.
Remember, we didn't have bombs before, but now that Falco is here...
It's time to blast.
This one's for you, TheStrawhatNO audience. You brought the request, I brought it for you. So, now that Falco has joined the party, the real music kicks in and he starts dropping off smart bombs. Now we can actually fight Andross. Because you have to do about... You have to do about 3 cycles of you just shooting out the hands, you know? And after you fire a bomb, you have to hit his brain. It's a little harder than it looks because of the way he kind of like tries to headbutt you with his brain after you shoot a bomb. But by this point, he's not going to grow any more hands, so all you have to do is just cycle out these little things and wait for Falco to give you more bombs. I gotta say, this music completely changes the fight.
It does. Falco's here, my love. Take a bomb. Have a bomb for you.
I've come to steal your alimony.
For whatever reason, I don't know why, but I get a strange nostalgic feeling watching it now.
God damn it. That was the fucking joke I wrote in Ketchup from, like, episode 4. Damn it.
Oh, it's still going, huh? Doing that and looking at my waveform I'm recording, it's dipped down in a way I've never seen before.
I have a kazoo too, but it's in the other room. We could duet awfully.
It did take me like a minute to find it. It was buried under these CDs. I need to move away.
Almost there! Come on! Yeah!
You know, so I don't want to say that I'm going to be the director for Cowboy Bebop Season 2 or anything, but I think I kind of nailed it.
Crash.
That was just stupid. All of that. And with Andross being defeated again, we finally have the last Krazoa spirit. And after saving Crystal and the Krazoa spirits being like, oh yeah, there's a planet we have to get to, because they were inside of Andross, I guess, they start putting the planet back together. And now, Fox McCloud can get paid.
But can he get laid and Gatorade?
Well, there's 7 minutes for us to find out, Jacob.
Alright.
What did that do to the atmosphere?
Can you imagine the planet blew up because he forgot something?
Well, with how quickly they were flying into it. We taking over.
Oh yeah, also the Sharp Claw, they are glad that their tyrannical leader is dead. I guess they didn't like him.
And they had a wrestling match.
Or not.
Yeah, and he's just... Yeah, he is now the king of the... What did you call them? Claw Boys in the last one?
Scratch Boys.
Scratch Boys. He's the king Scratch Boy. Fox actually went back to Krazoa Palace to see if Crystal was still there, but she wasn't.
She's not gonna wait around.
Dinosaur planet is safe. Andross is defeated once again.
That was a low 5 there,
You all
Fox.
did a great job.
General Pepper here. Good work, Star Fox team. I received a message from the King and Queen Earthwalker, thanking you.
Oh, God,
for
why?
saving their world. Oh, and Tricky says hi.
No.
Very surprised.
Message probably ignored.
Not as much as we were.
It seems that Andross discovered the ancient power
He's so
of the Krazoa,
gormless.
and by trapping Crystal, who had the ability to channel this power, he was able to use this energy to revive himself.
At least this time will
Sure,
be the
Fox,
last
that's...
of them.
okay.
I'm transferring your fee as we speak.
Feels like a lot of conjecture there, Fox.
Yeah, so Andross knew about Crystal, sent the distress signal while he was dead, pushed her into the thing to trap her into the crystal to lure Fox, and to revive himself.
God, Falco looks awful.
Hey yo, guys, you like my street gang clothes? Can you bring me back now?
So like I'm wanted in every quadrant now?
And I don't mean just the ladies. I mean the police.
Hi, Fox. I really appreciate what you did for me. I'm just so
I was knocked down for all of it, so I don't remember any of it, but thanks.
I'm left with just one more thing to do.
Also, thank you for giving me my staff back.
5 minutes later.
That's to say thank you.
Wait, did you?
I didn't edit this. I didn't edit this.
Sure, no problem.
You're not shy, are you, Fox?
Do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do-do, like he starts joining the soundtrack.
I'm gonna be just fine.
This is making me uncomfortable.
And that was Star Fox Adventures.
Ah, boy.
That's how we end on a high note, you see. So, final verdict. Not my kind of game. Not for me.
Final verdict, no thanks.
No, thank you. I'd rather it would have stayed Dinosaur Planet or straight up canceled, honestly. You know what? I can still blame this on Miyamoto because it's his fault.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you, boys. Jacob and Thorn, as always, for joining me. David Wise, oh my god. This soundtrack, where's the heart and soul? The man made some great tracks in Donkey Kong Country 2, and I can't remember any song from this game.
Except for the picking shit up jingle.
Okay, except that and, well, the saxophone.
Oh yeah.
By the way, side note, that music isn't on the soundtrack for some reason. It's not on the OST, but the OST contains all of these songs, and some of them are unused, but not the saxophone music. I had to find that in a separate file altogether.
Whack.
And on the subject of remembering it, a tattoo isn't a memory.
There are some voice lines left over by Crystal, and I do actually have some of the lines here. You can actually listen to these on the cutting room floor under Star Fox Adventures / unused clips, but I'll just read them out for you. Well, Fox, I guess this is goodbye. Can you take me back to my ship? And there's no dialogue for the rest, it's just her lines for some reason. And she goes, well, it all hinges on one thing. I'll only join if you'll kiss me. But that never happens. But we still have the voice lines for it.
So one good decision with Crystal.
Yeah. Poor Crystal, I'm sorry that they completely stole your game from you. And I'm sorry that you got erased from Star Fox canon. And I'm sorry that you didn't get treated well at all in another upcoming game. I'm just sorry for you. I wish you got in Smash. Like, as playable. Not an assist trophy. Well, I mean, that's pretty much about all I got to say. I'm all out of trivia. I've said my piece. Revisiting it years later, it certainly was an experience, that's for sure. I'm just glad that I did the Let's Play now, as opposed to if I did this when I was like 16 or something, because it would have been horrendous.
Yeah, I'm glad I watched this LP, because it is currently the only Star Fox game I don't own. And I
did not edit this. This is actually the credits. You see, the music team was like, we gotta end with the best track, come on.
Every time I look at Falco.
But now that Crystal's in the room, it just plays twice.
Oh god, they're out of sync. They're chorusing in my head.
Are you sure we got the check? Hey yo, Fox, General Pepper's check bounced. What?
Ow!
I said the check bounced. I'm deaf now. What? Yeah, I'll write it to you.
Ow. We're broke. Ah, fuck. Can we get another job? I might leave again. I've been like floating through dimensions.
You would not believe the adventure I've had.
I don't remember it.
But just wait for Star Falco Adventures to come out. Alright, Fox, I'll be honest. I didn't just simply disappear. I was trying to get a pizza. 8 years?
You floated really far away, man. You could have stayed, like, near another planet.
We were on Dinosaur Planet.
You see a fucking pizza there?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm not gonna eat the little rabbit, man. I live with Peppy. I couldn't live with myself.
Secondly, you douchebags went over into warp speed, so I couldn't catch up.
He's like my dad. I know I ate my dad, but I can't do that again.
Alright, so now that we're all here, Crystal, welcome to the team. How about some Falco fettuccine?
Oh my god, Falco.
Falco, you're our chef, and you're angry we didn't get a pizza. Look, I gotta eat too.
I ain't eating that shit.
Look, you think I really got a pizza, and then for 7 years or 8 years I just left it there? I haven't touched it.
He's moldy as shit.
It ain't good mold. Ain't gonna make cheese for you.
There's good mold now?
Well, not yours. You know how some mushrooms are good for eating? Well, Tricky's dead.
I mean, I wanna know how you came to that conclusion, but that's actually great news. Also, what? Okay, Crystal. This is called a screen.
Okay, Crystal. This is my life. You want in?
She tries to get back on the ship, but it's out of fuel. Damn it, fuck.
Oh, you shouldn't have dropped all your fuel cells all over Dinosaur Planet.
Speaking of which, this pizza, powered by fuel cells. Come and eat.
And now you can fly. Whee!
Hang on, I want to see something. Crystal, try eating this pizza with a straw. You think I'm a fucking idiot, don't you? A little bit, yeah.
Oh, you're not? I don't know how to handle people who aren't.
I'm glad your name's not Crystal and not like...
I'm glad your name's not Crystal and not...
a Vixen or something.
I'm glad your name's not Crystal. What is it?
It's Crystal.
Well, shit.
Daddy hated you, huh? I don't know my parents. It was actually, jokey time aside, they actually did bring that up in the beginning of the text scroll, if you remember. Like, Crystal, you know, hasn't seen her parents or whatever, and she's going for a distress signal. That never comes into play ever again. It literally, all of it gets scrapped away for Andross.
Well, she's got a boyfriend now. Her life is complete.
Yeah, for 2 games.
Not even yet.
Oh yeah, we have to go through 2 games.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what happens. I don't know what... Like, because they're clearly, like, immediately into each other. I don't know what happens between this and Assault. Apparently not much.
She gets more clothes. Somehow they show off even more.
Another 8 years go past. Crystal's mysteriously disappeared and broke Starfox's arm.
Oh, so this is why you stuck around. Yeah, this is actually fun. I'm sick of working. I like being poor.
You got a sense of accomplishment when you do something, you know, like apply for unemployment. You don't really feel dead inside.
You know what I realized? I feel bad when I work with you, Fox.
You know, Fox, I got the feeling that my life gets worse when I'm closer to you, so if you don't mind, I'm skedaddling. Wait, shit, I can't. I ate all of my fuel cells. Alright, Crystal, we got a couple of interview questions for you. Alright, number 1, what are you? Like, what do you do?
Number 1, why? Number 2, how? Number 2, what? Number 2 again, where?
Falco, your thumb's over the number. You can't just...
Falco, you have 2 fingers. They're feathers.
What the fuck? None of you guys told me.
Third, number 2, hi, I'm Falco. I like how we have no character for Falco anymore.
I mean, he's just... In my headcanon, he's the team chef who has a strange variety set of skills that don't actually help Star Fox, but they need him. You guys figure out that war thing? I'm gonna lean on a wall real quick.
The war thing?
Falco.
Have you figured out why we keep going to war?
We get hired to do it, and then we get paid afterwards.
Well, I picked a bad time to become a pacifist. Considering I love killing. Is there a way I could kill non-violently?
No.
Poisoning?
She gets shredded off. I was gonna say kill him with kindness, but yeah, that works.
Or like hug him too hard.
Hey, come here. Happy birthday, Slippy!
I have no spine.
Oh,
I breathe out of my eyes.
what's the point of hug? Ew, what?
We've long forgotten the game. It's just Falco now.
Yeah, that's all we got.
They got a lot to catch up on.
I'm gonna put that in the description for the last part.
Just Falco. Hang on, my allergies are back. Sorry, I made a mess.
How's it going, Crystal?
When I sneeze, the punch. You want to get out of the way.
I can't think of a better place to end.
Feel free to cut this part out and keep going, but I super have to go to the bathroom, so I think I'm going to stop here. You guys can keep going, though.
Honestly, I think we can end there with you saying it. We have nowhere else to go.
God damn it, I asked you to edit it out! See you next time in Star Fox Assault. I'm going to have taken a shit, and we're going to be playing a better game.
Clean yourself out for the next game, which is a good one.
See you next time, everybody.
I played the next one.